We're back. You missed us? I know I did.
I missed you. I missed you.
Miss you too, buddy. Welcome to the Reef Podcast, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here. You're okay. I guess it's just you and I for now. Okay, cool. I thought okay. All right, cool. All right. Well, what's up, Louise? How hyped?
How hyped I am? I'm super hyped, man. I'm actually excited, man. I can't believe we've been on this podcast for 3 episodes now with this one?
And consistency.
Hey, I mean, consistency is key, you know?
I think they say routine takes 27 days to make it a habit. So 5 months from now, we'll be good.
Definitely, man. So we got a famous person with us today.
How famous is he?
I say he's so famous that his family would actually be so proud of him.
How proud of them would they be?
Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please give it all your round of applause to our favorite family guy, Fan for Gamers.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate this. Very cool. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, man.
Is he quieter now than he was before?
I think he's actually pretty good. I can hear him perfectly.
Awesome, sounds good.
So, Fan for Gamers, just to be curious, what actually made you want to join us here today in the Reef Podcast?
Well, I mean, I just recently came across the Reef community, and the community is amazing. A lot of good people in there, and I know Lewis, you came into Team Stream Squads, came hanging out with us, and got to know you, and saw what you guys were doing as far as the podcast, and you were looking for people to join in that. I was all for it. I was really excited to do it, and nervous.
Oh, you were a little nervous? You don't have to be nervous, my man. I know for a fact I was nervous my first episode in, but my co-host here, Thomas, actually encouraged me to not be nervous and just be patient, be happy, like his slogan says.
Bro, your voice is way too beautiful for you to be nervous. Thank you so much for your time, man. We're glad to have you here. Is there anyone you want to shout out real quick before we get things hopping off? Anyone who deserves some special attention?
Well, there's a couple people that when we first started streaming as a family that really got us motivated and kind of moving. Some of them are no longer streaming because real life issues. But I'd like to say, thanks a lot to Soundbite, Tech Crab, and definitely Junior Dynamic. He's the one that really brought us in, showed us what everything was about. And there's a couple other guys, Our Day Gamer. There's just so many people I'd like to thank. But those are just some of the few I like to call out and name out.
Okay, cool. All right, sick.
Oh, man.
Having a strong foundation, when you're starting anything, is important, and it sounds like you got yourself a solid little crew to help you move forward with it. So, is this the time where we're just gonna be talking for a bit, Louise? I know you said we're trying a little bit different of a format.
Yeah, we're actually gonna get to know him a little bit more, see what actually made him become Fan for Gamers.
I mean, I can do this. Bam, I got a question for you. How tall are you?
I'm short, my friend. I'm 5'4".
You are taller than Louise, so that's okay.
No way.
Man's is 5'2". I'm 6 foot, so I mean you're both super short, but it's okay. What is if you could right? If you were to be able to do a podcast for yourself, what would your goal with the podcast? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think I would kind of target looking for other family streamers. We had several that came in that were either moms or dads, and they thought it was so cool to work with their kids and play games together and streaming online too. I think that's what I would target the podcast for, and look for kind of like that group of families and get them together to all play and game together.
Do you have any family podcasts that you know? I know you mentioned the one, but do you have any other ones that you listen to or know about?
That I've seen family specific that are gaming oriented, and not so much. There's some out there that deal with toys and other things, but not so much in the gaming community. That
I find it not funny, but like growing up, especially with my mom, like having been in a couple different relationships and being the oldest sibling, but having such a passion for gaming, like it was always like an interesting like aspect to try and like. The other families didn't approve of how much I played games, but my mom was always super supportive of it. So, but I always wondered like what because like I was raised where it didn't matter, but then there's always all these other people who are like, you know, gaming is not something that like you can do to like, you know, like connect and be with people. Where clearly like looking at people like you and like the families who do like anything together, it surprises me that there's not more. So that's another reason I'm super excited to talk to you, because like, you know, I'm getting a little bit older, so you know, hearing some perspective on how to be a family and play games together is pretty cool.
Oh, thanks. It's at first we as a family, basically now with iPads and you know, mobile devices and digital media out there, a lot of parents will use it more like a pacifier sometimes. Here, go play something while I take care of what I need to do. But my wife and I, we met each other and basically dated and everything. We gamed together. You know, she enjoyed her Nintendo games. I enjoyed a lot of my PC games. And that was something that we had very much in common. So it was just right for us to also involve our kids once they were of age, basically.
Okay. And see, I got some questions for our question section later that are going to touch on that. So I'm going to kind of lean away from that if I can, just kind of steer away. My chat actually has a question for all of us. And if you guys are interested in answering it, just, you know, to kill some time, it's be cool. So, fam, I'll have you answer it first. What was your favorite game of 2019?
2019, I played a lot of Path of Exile. It was a game that I picked up when it first came out. I completed it, and then there's nothing more, so I never came back to it. And then I was that's how we started our streaming in January and February. We were looking for a game to play all together that was obviously free, that we're going to pay $60 a pop for each of us just to see how it went. And we got hooked on Path of Exile. I would say for me, Path of Exile was my game for 2019.
I know quite a few people who got into Path of Exile. I did a little bit of snooping around your social media to find what information I could, and did notice you're a big fan of dungeon crawlers. So I got a couple of questions on a couple of dungeon crawlers for you later too, bud. I'm excited. Louise, what was your favorite game of 2019?
I haven't played this game yet, but I have to say my favorite game that I've seen gameplay, I've seen a couple of friends actually play it, has to be Control.
That like telekinetic game, whatever. With like
yes, like it's a telekinetic story driven game. It looks really fun, and I actually can't wait to play it.
Yeah, that
my
game
favorite game of 2019. What would my favorite game of 2019 be? Probably, because I didn't start playing Dauntless till this year, so I can't say that. What came out last year that I was real hype about and enjoyed? Dude, there were so many like different games that came out. You know what? For me, it was a new discovery. I'm gonna say Chess Rush. It's like an auto battler, kind of like the Teamfight Tactics in League of Legends or like the Dota Underworlds. It's a mobile game that I'm super into. I play it all the time now, and let me tell you, fan for gamers. I see that you guys also play mobile games, and I am a thick mobile gamer, so we're gonna have some questions about that too.
Oh, nice, cool.
And just so you guys know, over here in the Reef Podcast, if you're actually watching live here on Twitch, you can actually click the little shark icon with channel points and actually ask questions to Fan for Gamers by clicking the first little channel points feature. That's, I believe 50 points, 50 shark points, and you can actually ask questions to Fan for Gamers, and we'll read them after me and Thomas actually go over the questions that we have for him. So is there anything else you want to brief on Thomas for this episode?
I mean, bro, we can just keep chatting about like, hey fam, I got a question for you. What kind of car you drive? Are you into cars?
Kind of car? A Honda CR-V 2018 or one of the two.
Okay. Are you into cars? Like, do you like old cars? Do you like new cars? Like Tesla?
I've always been into cars. I like cars, but I'm not mechanically inclined, you would say. Like my favorite car would be a Dodge Viper with like the racing stripe. I just look at that car, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh my God. Everybody's like, oh, I want to get a Lambo, I want to get a Bentley, I want to get a Ferrari. For me, the Dodge Viper just does it for me.
Okay. I only recently started getting into cars, and I was like blessed with the luck with the vehicle I got now. I didn't have a car for almost 3 years, and then like this old 1964 Dodge Polara in like super good condition showed up, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start learning about cars and whatnot. So.
Oh, nice. I had a buddy that worked quite a bit extensively on Volkswagen, and he loves Beetles. And he has a whole collection of bugs that are amazing, down to the bus, you name it. And I even told my kiddo when he gets a little older, I was like, I like to get an old car and just build it from the ground up and just, try to rebuild it and get it as close to authentic as possible. Might be a project for the future.
Okay. I heard that they stopped making Volkswagens. They're done, and I was like, oh no, they're not making any more. I mean, it's okay. That last model looked absolutely terrible, but my chat would like to know favorite TV shows. I gotta say, South Park is my favorite TV show. That show's hilarious.
I gotta stick with what's actually recent. I really enjoy Rick and Morty.
Okay. Woo-wee.
I don't watch, I'd say, a lot of TV shows, to tell you the truth, but if it's something I watch with the kids a lot, I could say is Amazing World of Gumball.
It was hilarious.
Yep, Adventure Time, and Gravity Falls. I think by Gravity Falls, I really got hooked onto.
Gravity Falls is like a little kid version of Rick and Morty. The owners of the shows are friends, and they did like collaborative secret stuff together and things like that.
Yep.
My chat says the Dodge Viper doesn't have very good handling.
That's what I hear. I love the car, how
it looks good.
It looks.
Yeah,
it looks good. I think I could just have it in the driveway and I would be happy. Without an engine, and just walk out the door and think, wow, it's there.
Man says, I just want it to look good, alright? If I take it out driving, it'll get ruined. It's just gonna be pretty.
I gotta say, my all-time favorite car, if I ever did have the money to get it, because now it's probably worth a good bit, maybe, has to be the original Toyota Supra. Not the 2000s or anything, but the old, like the 90s Supra.
Yeah.
Oh, Supra. I thought you said Subaru. No, Supras are...
Supra is beautiful. All right, so another question I had for Fan for Gamers is, if you could, be anywhere right now, money wasn't an issue, where would you be?
Dude, that's a tough one, man. I'm a very, as much as everybody says, I kind of come off as an extrovert. I'm a very introverted person, and I always tell my wife I would like my own island with internet and and power, and just up the wazoo with like a man cave with all sorts of PCs and monitors, and I would be happy. But yeah, that would be basically it. If I got my own little piece of land and island away from everything, I would be kind of happy. I don't know.
You have anything random to ask our buddy here, Thomas?
I think you randomly asked him one of my questions, but my question will still be that. It's okay though. Do you want me to come up with another random question real quick? I will. If not, we can move to the next segment.
You can. No worries.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, Fam for Gamers, I got a question for you. You ready for this question?
Go for it.
How often do you need to shave your beard?
Oh man, I've tried growing a beard, my friend. It comes in patches. So I have to do it though. Just the stubble I get bothers me. You know how you get that stubble. I don't know, for some people I feel like it's itchy, and I would have to do it every about 2 to 3 days just for the stubble that I get, my patches.
Are you a Dollar Shave Club guy, or do you have like an electric razor?
No man, old school razor and
you use a straight razor?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh
Okay, that's-
my goodness.
Well, bro, that takes some like
my.
actual talent and practice to get comfortable doing.
Yeah, I've tried the electric razors and they just leave me all. And even if they tell me it takes a while to get used to it, I get all the shaving bumps and everything, and it just annoys me completely. So yeah.
So what about at like 500 Twitch, or like at 100 Twitch subscribers or something? You like you don't shave for like a year or something.
I don't know. I think I would go nuts, but I would give it a good shake to try it.
All right, so you guys think we can actually start getting to the questions for me and Thomas?
I'm down whenever you are. Snow's here.
All right. Hey, Snow. Glad you could join us.
Sorry I'm late. Things happened. You know how it is.
What's going on?
You mean to tell me life was a thing and you just didn't have any say in it? Oh no.
Let's go with that.
All right, so here we go, guys. We
I went
actually.
first last week. It's your turn.
All right, so the first question I have for Fan for Gamers: why did you start a family-friendly stream? Like, what actually drove you to actually just go with that?
It was mainly because of our kids. I've worked in the gaming industry, and I worked with Alienware. I've worked with Origin PC. I've been encompassed in the whole gaming industry for quite a few years, and the kids have always wanted to do something online. And when they were younger, they would look at Evan 2, and they're like, "We want to do that." And we had first done some videos, and we're very apprehensive as parents. You know, you're like, do you really want to put our pictures out there, our kids out there? The most I ever done social media wise, all the way up to last year, was typically just Facebook, and that was mainly for my folks and close family members and friends. So all up until last year, our kids could say, "Hey, we want to do this, we want to do this," and we're like, you know what? If you want to do it, we'll do it as a family. And that's how we started. They came up with the name Fan for Gamers, Family for Gamers, and basically the four of us. And we went from there. We just went all in. We started off with some really quirky logo at first, and then kept growing it from there. And they've just kind of been leading the charge of what they want to play. At first, we chose a game that we all thought we would play. They got burnt out on it after a while, several months of it. And then now maybe just been kind of deciding, what do you want to play? What do you want to do? And then we go that route. But that mainly was because of the kiddos, basically.
All right, Thomas.
My turn now, right?
Yep.
All right. This is. I felt like starting from left field for the real questions. Are you ready?
Go for it.
What would your superhero origin story be?
Oh man, that's a rough one, because you always want to encompass a hero that you liked already. And my favorite hero would be Wolverine. And I think I would encompass that type of origin story where I don't know who I really am, and I'm trying to figure out who I am. Because in life, we're always trying to figure out who we are. So I think that would be kind of like my origin story, trying to figure out where I came from and how I developed these powers and go that route.
I think that's clever and I like it. I approve of your answer. And that would now make the Louise's turn. We go back.
Alrighty, so I know this is like a second part for the question, so I'm not gonna ask this because you already told us like what Fan for Gamers stand for. So here's another question: how comfortable were you at first when you streamed with family for the first time?
Oh, that was nerve-wracking. Because kids, they'll say anything at any point in time. From things that they learn from their parents, that being political, religious beliefs, anything. It just comes out. And when we first came on, basically we were kind of like, okay, guys, we don't want to talk anything religion, anything political. You don't want to get into an argument with anybody. Basically kind of be yourselves, but be mindful of what you say, because things online can get misconstrued very quickly, and you could see it all over Twitter, all over Facebook, everywhere you go. So it was kind of nerve-wracking when we first started. It was just my mug on the screen because I hadn't figured out OBS NDI and all that stuff. So they would just hear the kiddos, and we first started with push to talk, and we were just being very, I could say, careful with it at first, but it was nerve-wracking.
How long would you say it took till you stopped feeling nervous every time you started?
I think a good 2 months it took. Just for them to get used to the questions coming in from chat, the different people do coming in and out. You get trolls, and that was something to explain to them. This is the reason this happens. Not to take it negative in any way. But the first month you start off, it took a whole month before we actually started getting people in, and they were getting discouraged. Those first 30 days was rough. Every day we would go on, we would have 0 or 1 viewer, and they would sit there and go, "Hey Dad, how many viewers we got?" And then I'm like, "Oh, we got like 1." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then, "Hey Dad, how many viewers we got?" And it became like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" So it took those 2 months to get comfortable, and then once we started getting a few actual followers and viewers coming in, they were constantly coming in. It was sometimes a lot of the same people. They kind of became like a friend, like an online friend, and they had that bravado back and forth. They can joke openly and everything. So it became very nice. It's like I said, it took a little while.
Thomas, I hand over the mic to you.
Makes funny microphone grabbing noises. Okay. All right. I noticed one consistent thing. You play a lot of dungeon crawl. What would you say your all-time favorite dungeon crawler is?
For me, it would be Diablo 2. That would be my all-time favorite. Yeah. The reason there's actual reason we started a lot of dungeon crawlers, and it's mainly because of my wife. She gets motion sickness from 3D games. So we were looking, since we played before this, we played a lot of Diablo 1 and 2 together, and Warcraft 3 in our earlier years. And we played a lot of Shadowbane, which was an MMORPG free-for-all PvP game by Wolfpack. But the motion from FPS type games for her was very rough. We would have LAN parties at our house. We would move all the furniture out of our living room, our dining room, everything, and throw it all in our rooms. And we would invite our friends over and set up lunch tables. And they would bring in their giant CRT monitors, their old gray, white PCs, run cables down to our Cisco switch. And we would all play like Medal of Honor, Quake, Unreal Tournament. And then basically she would be known as the sniper because she would be the camper. So everybody would be like, where's Sin? Where's Sin? Because she was sniping people all the time because she didn't move a whole lot. So when we started streaming, we looked for at first isometric type games that we can all enjoy and play for that fact, so she wouldn't get sick when we were playing.
That's actually...
You know what?
That's the most brief explanation I've seen of a couple of games. I'll tell you that much.
No, here's the thing, like, fam, I love your, like, detail. You know what I mean? I don't feel there's any sort of over explanation, but like, it's super, like, you can follow what you're saying. That's super cool. I'm not a lot of people, like me, for example, I stumble over what I say a lot.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm next, I guess, Thomas.
Well, I mean, did you play Fate or Torchlight at all, man?
Oh, indeed. I have Torchlight 2, Torchlight 1. I'm waiting for Torchlight 3 now that it's been renamed from Torchlight Frontiers. I'm looking forward to the Minecraft.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be sick. Have you played Minecraft Earth?
Yes, we have.
Okay, good. Just making sure you know. All right, now, and so you hadn't played Fate?
No, I have played Fate. I've actually downloaded Wolfson as well. I've been trying that. There's quite a few action RPGs that just recently came out that are still in beta. that I'm trying out to play. It might be stuff that we'll be streaming later on, but I think I downloaded Wolfson. There's a few others, but I did play Fate. Yeah,
It's a good game.
yeah. Wolfson is one. Stone Shard is one. Last Epoch also was in beta. It's an action RPG, which looks like it has some.
Are we
Grim-
sure we're talking about the same Fate? You mean like Fate Trader Soul? I only have Fate the Trader Soul, but Mystery Dungeon Crawler game? Is that the same Fate?
Let me be honest, I don't know. I'm gonna Google it real quick because we got the
Is it
technology.
the Fate Trader Souls? Is what you're speaking about?
Yes, Fate Trader Soul. Or Fate the Trader Soul.
It's just
Wondering because-
yeah, the Trader Soul. Yeah, I didn't know there was a second title to it, but yeah, the Trader Soul, that Fate game.
Yep.
Okay. Just
I
making
thought
sure
it
we're talking
had
about the same.
the most fun like fishing system because you could train your pets and
It
different stuff. And stuff.
does. It's so simple too.
Bro, I think a lot of games try too much. And what's unfortunate is I played too much World of Warcraft, so now I compare every single MMO to World of Warcraft.
That happens to me as well. I played World of Warcraft on release, and I do that now with every freaking MMO.
I want a dungeon crawler that's a fighting game.
Ooh, wow. That would actually be pretty interesting to see.
Kind of like a shooter, or like a straight up like kung fu martial art.
I'd say more like a martial art.
I'm talking like Dead or Alive or Dragon Ball Fighter Z or like I guess it would have to
that
be
would be
more like
really
a
cool.
Xenoverse or like a Ninja Storm like fighting like the arena fighting style. That kind of that kind of control scheme, but just on larger scale maps that you could like fight mobs. Kind of like a oh dude, just like the Dynasty Warriors, how you could run around on giant maps full of mobs and just wreck them, but just add loot drops and give me fighting characters.
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of like Ninja Gaiden meets action RPG. So take it from side scroller to isometric and that speed of Ninja Gaiden with a ton of mobs and a ton of.
All right. So my next question I have is, what was the game that got you affiliate on Twitch?
Oh, that's an easy one. That'll be Path of Exile.
Okay.
Yeah,
Easy
the
peasy.
community was amazing. I think it's one of the best communities that I've run into, and I've been in several, from WoW to EVE Online to you name it. But I think Path of Exile is a very strong and amazing community.
All right. So this is the second part of the question. What was your reaction like when you actually got affiliate? Were you streaming when it happened, or you stopped streaming and you got the email?
Oh no, we were streaming at the time, and we were sitting there, and we had our number. We just needed the average viewers, and once the average viewers came, I got an email pop up, and then I was like, I look, and I'm like, hey guys, we got affiliated, and then the kids went nuts. Everybody started jumping, like ah! So it was a cool moment. It was a cool moment.
That's very sweet.
Thank you for sharing.
All right.
Should I go now? Do you want me to go? Can I go? Do you want me to go?
Yes, I'm handing over the mic to you.
So Luis kind of asked you this earlier, but I'm gonna hopefully get a more specific answer out of you. Okay.
Okay.
If you can live anywhere on the planet with your family, where would you all live? Like, if you didn't have to worry about the coronavirus or how much money or pirates or anything like that, you could just.
Okay, where would I? Oh, you're asking fam first.
I'm asking fam. Yeah, you kind of asked earlier, but I wanted to get a more specific answer now that we're like going to.
Okay.
Because his answer earlier was he wanted to be on an island somewhere, but like, where?
I would be probably like island life, like Bali or the Bahamas or something laid back and relax, you know, get away from the city life and everything and just have a laid back and relaxed lifestyle. So yeah, it would be like on basically maybe Jamaica, the Bahamian Islands, Bali, you name it.
Do I need to tell you it's your turn? Go, Louise. No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. Sorry, that was rude. That was rude. Let me take that back. Louise, it is your turn to ask Spam for Gamers the next question. Here is your.
All right. So this is actually like a really interesting question that I thought about overnight. What do you hope to achieve on Twitch overall?
Overall on Twitch, I mean, at first we were really like just testing the waters and seeing what can you do on Twitch, and then basically with the kids and what they wanted to do and what their goal was. And then afterwards, it's kind of like, okay, we're affiliate. This is what to do to get a partner. And at first the goal was thinking partner, let's be partner. That's, I guess, the next goal. Everybody's thinking you need to get to partner. And then we were thinking more of, it kind of morphed and changed. And we were thinking more, how can we use the Fan for Gamers as like a brand, or something to get community and family together? And it's still the question we have. We have this actual whiteboard in our dining room where we have like all our goals written out, what we're going to do next, and brainstorm ideas. And sometimes we have like a family meeting together every week. And it's still something that do we really want to race for partner? Is partner our main goal, or is it more of a brand name or a community that you want to build, like a family-oriented community? So we're still in the process of kind of thinking what we want to do, but I don't think it's really a race for partner. I think it's building the community and the relationships. And I think that's been one of the best part. I think it's helped out a lot our kids also socializing with a variety of different people and meeting them and playing games with them and learning to work together as a team. Because my little guy, Bubba, he had a hard time in the first few grades. He's a gifted kid. So in the first few grades, he had a hard time socializing. And I think this popped him out of his shell. And it's really opened up for him and helped him out in that aspect. So it's been a fun ride, and like right now we're just still kind of deciding where we go with this and what are we going to do. Is it more brand, or are we really going to just push for partner and go from there?
Again, just look at like detailing your thoughts out, and I'm a little jealous, but it's awesome to hear it, and thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not talking your guys' heads off.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
I feel like this. I feel the same way sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? I should let them talk more.
All right, I'm handing over the mic to you, Thomas.
Are there any game? I skipped a question. What was the first game you introduced to your?
Well, let me see. For Bubba, my son, the very first game would be on a Linux computer, and I think he played Penguin Cart, I think it was called Linux Cart, and then he played Worms. If you played old school,
Worms.
Yes. For my daughter, it was on a an iPhone, and I think it was this app where it's this little bouncing red ball. I forget the name of the game, but that was the first introduction to getting them, looking at a game, kind of playing around with a keyboard or mouse. My daughter was more of the mobile, and then shortly more into Xbox, PS4, Nintendo, and so on.
All right.
If you could, sorry.
Oh.
I was trying to come out and say it like I thought about what I was going to say before I said it, but it takes me too long to do that. If you could reintroduce them to any games now that you know what they're into, what would you switch it to?
Reintroduce them, like take them back to those games.
So let's say like they both you know what kind of games they play right now, right? Let's say for some reason they woke up and had no idea what video games were, never played a video game. What game would you introduce them to?
It'd be always back to basically Mario Brothers. I think it's a franchise that I enjoyed, and the kids just enjoy. And I think anything Mario Brothers would be the ideal thing that I would bring them up first thing.
Okay, good answer. Louise, you here you go.
All right, thanks, Thomas. So this is a very, very interesting question for you, Fan for Gamers. When did you join Twitch? Not when did you start streaming, but when did you join Twitch?
I think we joined Twitch in 2018, I think it was. 2018 October, I think it was. Yes, October of 2018, I think.
And you started like watching streamers, see how like they did it, and you basically like thought it was actually a fun interaction to do with people? Or...
How'd you even hear about Twitch?
Well, as far as hearing about Twitch is because, like I said, I worked a lot within the high performance gaming boutique computer community, and we basically rub elbows with the likes of Swifty, Bajira. A lot of big streamers were in the World of Warcraft arena. So that's kind of like we were introduced into that world and bringing in those players into these gaming events. But I never really, I was more of a YouTube guy. I could sit there and watch tech videos all day. Like a person that I come home to every day just to see their video come on is Linus Tech. Every day I come home and I watch a Linus Tech video.
I watch his stuff.
Yeah, she's like, she's jealous because every time I come home, that's the first person I pop on. I'm like, oh, Linus Tech. But yeah, I mean, basically, it would 2018 is when we physically started more involved in looking at Twitch, just seeing what was out there for entertainment-wise and games and whatnot. But I think we didn't, like I said, divulge into actual streaming until like February of 2019.
All right, Thomas, here you go.
Oh, okay. You're just throwing it at me. God. You're lucky I can catch, right? I'm athletic.
My bad, man. My finger slipped.
Now, okay, this is see, this is one of those questions I don't know how you're gonna feel about it, but I'm gonna ask you anyway, all right? What game do you lose the most to your wife, and what game do your kids beat you at the most?
Oh man, my wife, even if I try, and she's a button masher, like I would say I'm a pretty good Street Fighter player or Marvel versus Capcom. And I used to go and pour quarters into the arcade on these games. And from Killer Instinct to you name it, any of the fighter games.
You just spoke my language right there, my dude. You just spoke my language.
My wife will grab a controller and not know how to do a Hadouken or any of the moves, but she tears me up for some reason where I'm trying to sit there and be tactical about it, and she just kicks my butt.
How dare you say Hadouken like you're not launching Hadouken? You have to say it. Let me hear your best Hadouken right now.
Hadouken!
What was that? Do it again.
Hadouken!
Do it. Let me hear it.
Hadouken!
Okay. You guys got some pretty good Hadouken.
What about you, Thomas?
Hadouken!
Oh my gosh. That deserves a round of applause right there, Mr. Thomas.
But my kids, they'll tear me up in FPSs now. I don't have it like they do as far as the reaction time. I'll sit there and I'll play with some of the streamers like Najin and Junior, and they'll call out for, hey, when's Bubba gonna play? And I'll be like,
wow.
oh, really? Because I've lost that reaction time. I've played so much RPGs and stuff that I think I've lost that reaction time, and he's just so much better at it. So they tear me up on.
I'm gonna suggest the game Dauntless to you and check it out. It's free to play and awesome.
Oh yeah, no, we've played it, and when it was first released, it still had a lot of work to it, and it's come a long way. It looks like, but yeah, we definitely.
So it's my turn, Thomas.
Yeah, it is your turn.
All right. So this is probably a question that Fan4Gamers is probably really excited to talk about. What is your favorite go-to food?
Ooh, I mean, as a favorite or just
as a dish like that you can basically eat every single day if you could.
I love tacos, man. I just love tacos.
What kind of tacos?
Corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
Both. I just it could be hard, it could be soft. I love soft tacos. It'd be carnitas. You name it, man. You put all this. You can put as much ingredients into it. It's kind of like a hot dog. You put coleslaw on it, whatever you want on it. It's the same way I feel about tacos. Put onions, cilantro, you name it on it, and I'm in heaven.
I'm so happy you like cilantro because there's like a genetic thing that makes some people think it tastes like soap, and those people have a special place down under, if you know what I'm saying.
Man, cilantro is awesome. If I can
Cilantro
put
is
on
so
anything.
good.
It's
I'll
delicious.
eat it like it's a green onion, bro.
Yep. But also, my wife has introduced me into dim sum. My wife is Chinese, and basically, I love having dim sum. I love having the pork buns. I love the dumplings that her mom makes. She even puts cilantro in them, and they taste amazing. The pork dumplings is just anything like dim sum related. I really enjoyed quite a bit.
Luis, I'm gonna steal the mic from you now.
All right, go for it.
Stolen. Fam, this part of the conversation might be lengthy, but it's something that I love and don't have many people to talk about. So we're gonna have this quick conversation. What kind of mobile games are you into, man?
Man, on the mobile front, I like a lot of puzzles. One game that I was really addicted to was auto chess. Quite a bit. I still play it quite a bit.
Auto chess, or what version?
Yeah, auto chess. Let me see. I have the version here. Yeah, just launch it in here real quick because it just says the front auto chess.
Yeah,
It's
auto chess is a game.
chess.
So if you like that one, I would recommend checking out Chess Rush because you can play with friends and do like 2v2. Like there's like a 2v2v2v2 mode or like a 4v4 mode and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Oh, very nice. To check that out. I love card games on the mobile. I love auto chess. Anything that has to do with some type of tactic, I enjoy. And then basically the other games that I'll throw in there will be like, I've tried Fortnite on mobile. I cannot play it. I've done a few things, but yeah, Pokemon. We did play Pokemon Go for quite a bit with the kids, and we would run around town catching Pokemon.
That's one game that I almost wish I knew a lot of people played in my community because I would actually be out there hunting Pokemon right now.
Start a Facebook group.
Here.
All right. I'm gonna steal the mic from you back, Thomas. So
Fine.
this is actually pretty not much personal, but I mean it's actually kind of like out there. What are some of your goals in life in general?
Well, I mean, I'm already 43 now. I could say where I'm at, I'm comfortable. Basically as far as my goal right now is mainly my kids. For them to be successful, for them to reach that next stage of life and decide what they want to do and kind of provide some of the guidance maybe I didn't have fully growing up because I had a rough upbringing myself. And then go that route. I think my main goal is just my kids right now. That's my whole focus, is basically provide them some of the things I didn't have early on and also provide them that guidance that I myself didn't have early on.
Mind if I steal the mic?
Go for it.
So, interesting question. I noticed that in the beginning of this podcast, you said that your family made up the name Fan for Gamers, right?
Yep.
The all caps in the word fam, or the first part of your name, fam.
Actually, it's how they wrote it on the paper. I think we still have the paper. The kids wrote it out and then they drew a theme. And as far as the characters, like myself, the orc is because I played Horde in WoW, and the orc warrior is just like my favorite all-time character that I like playing. My wife, she played typically a mage or a Channy in Shadowbane or in WoW, a mage. My son, he's more of he puts himself up there like a leader, like a knight, basically. And then my daughter, she loved unicorns, so we went with a unicorn type look for her. She just loves unicorns, anything unicorns. But the fam was just basically like to emphasize family. So that's what I think they were looking at, because it was a family of four. So that's what they were looking to emphasize.
And also, that's one of my other questions: why the dark metal unicorn in your logo? Well, that answers that. Pass the mic back to Thomas.
My
Whoever
turn.
wants to
Give me
grab
that.
first.
Just snatch the mic back.
All right, go for it, Thomas.
All right, this is a thick question. I got faith in you though. If you could create the perfect multiplayer game for a family to play / stream together, how would you make that?
Ooh, that's a rough one, man. Because
Oh, it's not rough. Use your imagination.
that let me see, because it just really depends. There's so many different flavors of play styles now out there in regards to games. So many game mechanics that have changed across the genre for MMOs itself, for multiplayers. Like the big thing now is battle royales. My kids enjoy that whole getting dropped in. This is what we got to do, and it's like a rush. It's quick. It keeps going, and they enjoy that, and they like collecting all the items and stuff. I can't think of another formula right now that would really work in a family perspective, but like I've tried involving them in MMORPGs currently, and they get bored because the action is not there. So it would have to be something that it would be something like a Fortnite. It has to be colorful. It has to be quick and fast in action. They have to have some sort of achievement system where they're getting items as rewards. And I think that's just the generation now is what they expect are those rewards, instead of a lot of the times really, really working hard for them. They expect something every time they end a match. Where back in our day playing EverQuest, you sat there and grinded orcs for hours and be like, yes, I got that one item that you needed or something. Where if they look, yeah, where if they look at me now and they see me grinding in RuneScape, they're like, what are you doing, Dad? Oh, I want to get this. And they're like, okay, that looks like fun. Have fun. And they walk away. So,
All right.
So for me, old school would be rough.
All right. So I actually got 2 more questions left. How many do you have left, Thomas?
2 more questions as well.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna grab the mic from you real quick. All right. This is actually a pretty interesting question. Any suggestions on who to bring along to the Reef Podcast for future episodes?
Oh man. Well, I kind of know already that you're grabbing Hour. I'll definitely grab, if possible, Junior Dynamic. Club-wise, I think he's an interesting person. I think he would be awesome on the podcast. Shizzler, I think he's amazing, and he also, with his kids, he plays games. Imagine, also, I think he's a great guy, hardcore gamer. He's another, I think some of those guys like that. Imagine, I would say, Junior Dynamic. You're looking at Our Day Gamer, which you already brought on board, club-wise. Barrylicious, he's an awesome guy. Definitely somebody to check out, and I think it would be interesting for the podcast. So those would be some of the few I would bring up.
Thomas, here you go. Catch.
I didn't mean to swear. Whoops, sorry. Family friendly. Dang it. Okay. I apologize. We'll have to put a dolphin sound like. Alright. If you could pick your superpowers and the powers of your family members, what would your superhero team name be, and what powers would you want? Because I started off by asking what your backstory would be, but I didn't get the powers. So, once again, to make sure you understand the question, if you could pick your superpower and the superpowers of your family members, what would you have the superhero team name be? And what powers would you all have?
Well, for me, I would like regeneration, just like Wolverine. I would say for my son Bubba, he would like flight, maybe some power type like Superman flying or anything of the sort. My daughter, I would say something like a changeling, likes to change the look of herself, basically, kind of like God. I have the name at the tip of my tongue, but it escapes me. I guess kind of like the Incredibles. And then for my wife, I would say something that she can control magic, kind of like either time and dimension and some type of magical powers. As far as a family name, that would be a rough one. I don't know if it would just be Fam Four Powers. I don't know. That sounds cheesy. It would take me a little while to come up with something myself.
So, the last question I actually have for you over here is actually would you actually recommend to anybody out there that's listening, like, to the podcast all over the world, would you actually recommend them the Reef Podcast?
Oh, indeed, you guys are absolutely amazing. It's this has been quite enjoyable. Snow, Lewis, yourself, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thomas, I would definitely recommend it, and it just provides insight for all the different streamers that are out there. Get to know them at a different level, and instead of just seeing them and asking what you can sometimes question-wise during their stream. A lot of times they're playing FPSs, they can't answer back immediately. So I think this is an awesome engagement to get to know the people that you're actually watching.
All right, Thomas, here you go.
Caught it perfect. Have you ever done Dungeons and Dragons as a family? And if you haven't, would you try it?
It's funny that you say that. We have not, but I did play Dungeons and Dragons through my high school years and in college. And basically, yes, it would be something I would try with the kids. Indeed, we have spoken about it. I still have a lot of the old books. So yes, it would be something we would.
The old books are cool, but if you do the new Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, it's a lot easier and intuitive and friendly, and there's less stuff to read.
Yeah, I think all the stuff I have is from 2nd edition, and I had an ex-boss give me, I think it's 4th or 3rd. I'm not sure. I have to look. He gave me a bunch of books.
One thing I do want to say right now, from looking at the chat right now on Twitch, is that Crazy actually came up with a really good name for your team. He actually said Fantastic Four.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well done, Crazy.
That actually was a really well done. I don't know. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to say something about it. I really do.
Plus, for the Crazy T for the great name.
All right, so
I do have one question from my chat for, I guess, everybody. I don't know how to answer. I don't even know what this last. Okay, it says your favorite gaming peripheral, but I don't know what that means.
Oh, like a USB or like a extension, an accessory.
Oh, okay. My favorite extension has to be the sound effects.
Wait, extensions or accessories? Because extensions are like the apps on our stream, and then accessories are like my mouse and headphones.
Well, if it's accessories, I love my headset.
Yeah. Peripherals, in terms of computer parts, those are the ones you plug into the computer.
Yeah, then my mouse. Having the buttons on the side of my mouse is awesome.
All right, so now we're actually gonna go back to the community questions. Snow, if you can actually start asking those questions to Fan for Gamers, or if there's any for us too, go right ahead.
It'd be my pleasure. So first things first is the first question comes from Lucky Gumby. For all of you, if you lived in the zombie world, zombie apocalypse, or whatever you want to call it, what superhero would you want as a partner?
Ooh, I would actually want Superman.
The Flash, Flash, hands down, easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, all-time favorite, it would be Wolverine.
Mine, I would consider a more like a roleplay character. It'd be too long to explain, so I'm just gonna give him the name Ultima. And next question comes from me, actually, in regards to the arcade thing that you talked about earlier. How often do you go to the arcades? And do you ever play any dancing games like DDR or that diagonal dancing game, which I can't think of the name of? Diagonal pads. It's similar to Dance Dance Revolution, but it also has a center pad thingy. Don't know what the name of it is.
For arcade-wise, we don't go as often. I mean, we were just recently at what's called Extreme Action Park. It's in Florida for us, and they have a massive arcade there. But we go for like the go-karts and everything else that's there. And then we have a local arcade. I think it's the last arcade in our area. It's called Arcade Odyssey, which is really, really nice. But I think we've gone with kids there at least twice. It's been a long time since we have so much access to games at home from our computers to our consoles. We're typically playing that versus going to the arcade. in comparison to older days.
And as for the dancing,
I was forced
I know you.
to play the Dance Dance Revolution just 2-3 weeks ago. We went to the Extreme Action Park. My kids were playing it, and then my wife was playing it, and then they're like, come on, Dad. So I'd say yes, I did play it recently, but it's not something I would go to.
Now, how would you feel about a PC version of DDR called Stepmania?
For me personally, it wouldn't be my forte, but I think for the kids it would be amazing. I think when we hit our 100 follower, I think it was, or 300 followers, we did a dance off stream, and we put our green screens all around the room, and we put our cameras all facing us, 3 different cameras, and we played I forget, it's a game on the Switch where you dance basically, and we did that, and it's quite funny.
Alright, next question comes from Hulk Smasher. What is your favorite game you've ever played?
My favorite game of all time that I still go back to, even now they call it Space with Excel Sheets, is EVE Online. It's just a game that I've enjoyed playing for many, many years. I would say it's my favorite game.
Okay.
Never was able to get into that.
One of my best friends actually used to play that a lot, and he was trying to get me into it, and I just got dizzy after the first few minutes. I could not get it at all.
There's so much.
Yeah.
It is chess in space with Excel sheets, basically.
It's a new one. Our Day Gamer asks this one. What is your favorite genre of music?
Ooh, heavy metal. Yeah, I grew up as a concert brat. I went to a lot of concerts, from Metallica to Korn to Pantera,
Ooh, man.
You name it.
You heard of Mannheim Steamroller?
Yeah.
Very upset with you if you didn't.
Typo Negative, oh man, you name it. Tool, Guar. Anyway, I've been to quite a few concerts, and yeah, the heavy metal would be the genre of my.
Hulk Smasher would like to extend on that question and would like to ask this one. Favorite metal group?
It would be long time running. It's always been Metallica for me, man. That was my first concert, and when I saw, I played percussion, and when I saw Lars playing on the drums, I was just like in awe. And when they do the whole opening of One, and it was just amazing. The last time I saw Metallica was at BlizzCon a few years back, and having them being so close upstage with them, that was really cool. But that would be my all-time favorite band.
Any more questions, Snow?
I think that's all the questions we have.
Okay, well, I actually have here on the Redemptions, our gamer actually asked this a while back, but I mean, I had it on the queue. He actually says, first of all, if I remember right, I believe you were in the military, so thank you for your service. What branch were you in, and how long did you serve?
Who, me in the military?
Yeah.
No, I was never in the military. I have plenty of friends that went off to in high school. My parents basically, I was gonna sign up as a Marine, and my parents told me they would disown me if I signed up to join the military, and it was crazy. But I never served. I would have. That was one of the things I thought in high school I was definitely thinking of doing, but I never did. I had plenty of friends that did, and some that did not come back from the Iraq War, unfortunately.
Do we have any questions on the Discord now?
Let's take a look, shall we? I think that's all the questions. Billy Star said something, but that wasn't a actual question.
I'm looking right now just to double check. Let's see. So
Yeah. Any final thoughts or any final words from all you guys
I want to say
before we?
I want to thank the Twitch community and the Spotify community and the YouTube community for joining us so far on this great adventure that we have. Oh, look, another question just popped up.
All right. Okay, if I may then.
Okay, go for it.
Our Day Gamer goes on with this question. I know the kids are really young, but do they have an idea of a future career? Gaming, programming, etc., etc.?
Well, my daughter, she has it in mind. Uni, she wants to be a graphic designer. Yeah, she wants to go heavily into graphics, animation. That is what she's looking to do. My son would like to do something in gaming as far as possibly gaming design. I'm not sure if he's full into that. He's still trying a variety of things. Currently in school, he's doing robotics and he's doing C++. And yeah, so he just started that venture and he's been enjoying C++ quite a bit. He's designing his own game in Scratch. And we actually took him to, it wasn't a hackathon, it was a group in our local university that does hackathons, and they went and did a whole Scratch session for programming. And what they did is they gave them a real world problem and they had to resolve it with code. And they kick all the parents out and you leave your kids in there and they have to brainstorm and work as a team, which we thought was really cool. So programming might be in his future. We're really letting him grasp and try different things because he also enjoys music, keyboard and whatnot. So is my daughter. So we're letting them touch a little of everything and let them decide. But I think my daughter's really wanting to do graphic design.
I got one more question for you before we actually head out. Fan for gamers. Have you ever considered playing a virtual reality game? Whether it's on PSVR, Oculus, name the headset, what game would you like to play?
I don't own a Oculus. I've tried it. I don't know. I don't know if I can sit there and wear that thing for a few hours. I've tried many different games at different locations, and it really bothers me. I'm a type of person that I can't wear watches, I can't wear rings, I can't wear like bracelets or necklaces and whatnot. I just don't. It bothers me. So I think having that on my head would just kill me. But if I could play a game in VR, it would be go back and play Elder Scrolls, and that's what I would play.
Our Day Gamer has another question for you. He says he loves soda, and he has to drink it for the caffeine since he doesn't like coffee. But what is your favorite soda?
I've actually done away with soda. I drink it every once in a blue moon now, and it's been mainly Sprite. I would say before my favorite would be just root beer. Straight up root beer. I love root beer, but I've done away with soda pretty much.
What kind of root beer?
Barks.
Yes! The root beer, I'd be very upset. Because Barks.
Any last thoughts, anybody? If you guys actually want to say anything to the community right now, go ahead and say it. Thomas.
Be patient. Be happy. Thank you guys for your time. You guys enjoyed the podcast and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click the bell for notifications. If you're watching on Spotify, make sure you follow so you get updated every single time we put a new one of these bad boys out. I don't understand the gender of the podcast. As soon as we get a new podcast out, you guys will get notified.
Absolutely. It comes out
live.
Usually it comes out, I would say 2 or 3 days after it actually goes live on Twitch, but it will be added to the collections of past broadcasts on the Lewis IPA 07 channel. And just let you guys know, I always announce when it actually is up on YouTube, and you guys can definitely check it out. And definitely check out our last interview we had with Matty Savage. He actually was a pretty good guy as well. And look forward to as well to seeing our friend A Coconut next week. That's gonna be a blast. I think it's gonna be fun, and I really hope we bring together a great community with that one as well.
That one's gonna be breezy.
Yeah, that's the best word to say it. But Fan for Gamers, thank you so much for taking the time to actually be with us today. It really has been a blessing, and we appreciate you more than you know.
Oh no, I appreciate you guys, man. This has been absolutely awesome. Thank you.
So just letting you guys know that on the month of March, we're actually gonna have a total of 3 interviews, and 1 podcast out of the week is actually gonna be me and Thomas just chatting, answering questions from you guys. And we're actually gonna be talking the Comic-Con experience that's coming on March. I'm gonna be going over there to check it out and see what's going down on Comic-Con, and Thomas and you guys in the community are going to be asking me questions, and I'll share some pictures with you guys on the scene that right here where you see, like, you know, me and Thomas talking to you, and we're actually going to share them on Twitter and all the social media so you guys can see them.
So just to confirm, there will not be a podcast or anything on the 15th. Is this true?
The 14th and the 15th, I'm actually gonna be IRL live streaming from Comic-Con, but on Sunday the podcast is actually gonna be taking place a little bit later than normal. Not that late, but like probably like I would say 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes later than normal time, so that way I can get home, get unwind for a little bit, and basically, like, you know, get ready for the podcast, and that's when we'll talk about Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. So 3 interviews, 1 podcast for just you and Thomas, and then the Comic-Con live stream.
No, basically the one that's me and Thomas, that's gonna be the one about Comic-Con.
Okay,
it's gonna be freaking saucy.
Mm-hmm. There's 5 Sundays in March.
And like I said, guys, don't forget to follow Fan4Gamers on all his social medias, on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, you name it. Just go check out this guy. I actually learned a lot from him. I don't know about you, Thomas, but I learned a lot.
Today was awesome. I've learned a lot in general from all the different conversations that we've had. Thank you for your time, fam. Is there any final words, shout out, advice, anything you want to say to everybody?
I just want to say thanks to everybody, man. You guys are absolutely amazing. Keep going on the podcast. Have awesome time at Comic-Con. I know you will. And yeah, thanks, man. Just shout out to Our Day Gamer, Clubwise, Junior Dynamic, Verylicious, Silent Wrath. I have a long list of people that supported us. I've been there since day one, and it's just been an amazing ride. So thank you, guys.
I'm going to give a shout out to my moderator, Mean Man Minio, for holding it down as well. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. And we'll see y'all next week when we interview Coconut.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be breezy.
It's definitely going to be breezy. You guys take care. I appreciate y'all. Take it easy, guys. Love y'all.
Take care, guys. Have an awesome one.
Have a great night, everyone.